Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Monifactory. Wow. Here we are today, episode 95. Last episode, we had just gotten to the Omnium, baby. And, well, I did a little bit of work off camera for preparation for the end game. And I don't think I did too much other crazy things. I did add this large electrolysis chamber, which oh yeah, I made this for the sole purpose, or a purpose, of making black quartz, because we're gonna need black quartz dust. If I can, yeah. So we need black quartz dust to make black quartz crystal. It's funny because black quartz dust comes from electrolyzing the quartzite. You would think you would get the black quartz crystal first, but I guess not. Yeah, so that's all not related. So, but also with this electrolysis system is I'm sending sphalerite and polysite in here. Now, why? Hold on. Did I tweak it in such a way? Oh, I see. Anyway. Beyond that, oh, you know what I did do? I did also expand the T1 microminers now to 8, and these should all be hooked up and good to go. I've tested it. I don't think there's anything major. I do want to at some point upgrade our substation for power. I think I was like actually starting on that off camera, didn't I? Oh, hold on. Gotta get that fixed. When I logged in, I accidentally clicked this 3x3 here with my drill, and it broke everything, and that was fun. But now, let's see. Let me make sure that these tools are good too. All right. So that should be good now. Oh yeah. Orb cluster. Maybe I didn't request that. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Beyond that, I did a little prepping, and I got the 400 and some odd Motes of Omnium, which I kind of did like, I set it on the Emmy requester system. And because of that fact that we're not needing sphalerite for indium anymore, I can send the sphalerite through the regular ore processing, and we have a butt ton of gallium now. So that's pretty cool. And then I don't think there's too much else. Just kind of tweaking the multi-block machines, making them faster. We were like short on neon gas, so I upgraded the distillation tower. I think it was this one, right? No, yeah, right here. So this is running off of ZPM now, so that it comes in pretty quickly. Okay, so for today, I want to push into T8, T9 T9, T10 microminers. And the Hadal energy core is one of the first things that we're going to address. Although I do believe I set up this recipe off camera. So we got the empowered void, the Hadal shards, the abyssal energy core, the omnium bolts, and neutronium plate. So if I'm not mistaken, I actually already have one prepped up. Oh, my backpack, there we go. Okay, so that's done. Now we're gonna want to get in. Ooh, wait. Why are you locked? Hadal solar panel. Oh, okay. So that's another thing that I need to do today is set up the solar panel recipes. And I believe from Bethel onward, it all happens in the dischargement station, but solar panel 4, for example, is all going to come down to the assembler. So let's get into that before I get ahead of myself. Or maybe that was the whole thing. So we are going to also need to make a T9 for the universe creation data right here. And then that we're going to need to make an HPCA. So hopefully I'll be able to do it off camera. So here's the T9. And then we're going to need stellar creation data. That's going to be... Ugh. Well, thankfully they give us more options to get more. Could probably send out, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 of these missions here. Although, why do they gotta make this part so stupid? Yeah, so we're gonna have to do... Well, it's not crazy. I just wish there was a better way. Anyway, let's start off with the solar panel jank. And I thought I put the patterns back in, but I guess not. Okay, sorry, distracted by pop-up. Where the heck? So here's the first solar panel. Everything looks good there. Next, second solar panel. I'm gonna need to get copper nickel plate. So let's grab that bender. And honestly, probably just cut and take care of all the solar panel recipes because it's gonna take, well, I don't know. It's not, I guess, that bad really. A while. Okay, so solar panel 2. Oops. I can make a 2, I can make a 1. Okay, so we need to get the mirror. And then we're going to need silver plate. There we go. And matrix. There we go. Okay, so back to this solar panel 2. That's good. Okay, up to 3. Okay, so we need a photovoltaic cell. We're going to need conductive iron and e-steel gear. I want to say the extruder. Then photovoltaic. We're probably going to want to make all 3 of as many as these as we can. All right, so there's the one. We already have that. We need the plate. That is, sorry, what was that again? Alloy smelter. We're going to need that. Let's up over here. Alloy smelter, yes. All right, photovoltaic composite. Simple enough. Lapis dust. Now let's see, what do we have on stock for lapis? Lapis dust. Okay, we don't need to worry about that too much. No, I didn't mean to do that. Be able to make that right? Yeah, okay. So we have the 2. Let's make the 3. Everything's good there. 4. So now we're going to need glass lens light blue. I think that should be okay. Okay, so we're gonna need to get the light blue dye situation figured out. Okay. Yeah. Blue dye. This is no difference between extracting it or crafting it, so let's just do that. Boop. And boop. Boop. That needs to go there, I think. Yes. Okay. Matrix. I'm probably going to lose the plot on a lot of these items, so I might have to go back. And verify. So let's see, we have the 3. Okay, so we need the conductive block of conductive iron. Honestly, I could probably use the compressor for that, but not a big deal early in the end. Okay, so the 3 is good. Now, let's get the 4. All right, so that's simple enough. Just got to get block of E steel. Assembly. Okay. Oops. 4. Okay, so that is all good now. I think I gotta stop saying. Oh, I gotta stop being so repetitive. Okay. So there's the 5. So we're gonna need cenarium dust and lumium plate. Cenarium dust. That looks more pleasant. So let's go with that. That's plutonium and americium. Like, oh yeah, it's right there. Matrix. Boop. And solar. Boop. And number 1. Boop. Okay, so 5. I thought I made. Oh, maybe I didn't make the stabilized americium pattern. That's strange. Okay, no big deal. I do believe you want to double that. Or triple it. Or, I mean, quadruple it. That will go, yeah. Okay, so panel V. 5's good. I think it gets up to the 8 before we have to worry about the other stuff. Okay, so enriched cenarium dust. What are you going to be like? Neptunium, curium. I like that better. And solar. Okay. 7. So we got. I thought I made that ready. Guess not. So we got the panel. We got this cenarium plate. Hastaloy plate. Do we have hastaloy? Yes. It goes there. That goes there. And I think We're going to need liquid signalum, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we don't have the pattern. So let's liquid signalum. Boop. And of course, we're going to want to get a cell to hold this fluid. Boop. Liquid sig. In you go. And there you go. And oh, this is a fluid, so we'll just put that there. Okay. Panel 7. Everything good there? All right. So I think this will be the last. Okay, so we need to get the scanning done. So let's get that 7. Let's get a data stick. I'm hoping that. Oh, you know what? I think I might need to get a 1K for that too. I'm hoping that I'll have enough resources to get everything crafted as needed for the tier 10 T10 microminer. Okay, there we go. Solar panel. So these make 2048 FE a tick, which would be about 512 GregTech units, but you gotta find a way to convert that. Oh yeah, right. Gotta go down here. Plop you in. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to pause to make the make a 4th HPCA. Then, of course, tweak the create thingy. Okay, so do I have the 8 patterned up? I don't believe I do. Nope. All right, so the assembly line, we've got check. We're going to need to get that. So that's enriched cenarium plate. Okay, everything checks out there. That's enriched cenarium, yep, okay. Yeah, a lot of these recipes are kind of ringing true back in the day to more or less the same concept that I am used to. Now that's going to go into the assembly line. Okay. Now, how much fluid does that all take? Neptunium. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to like backtrack and get more supply of all the Neptunium and such. I think a lot of that mostly is designed for the Omnium, which ideally we have enough to reach infinite Omnium status, if you will. Let's see. C276. I don't know if I'm going to be needing a lot more of this in the future still, but it looks like that has to be a blast smelter. So while I wait for things, let me see where this machine can be tweaked. Yeah, it's on ZPM. I don't know if the coils would make a big difference. Let's see. Cranium coils. The smelter, pyrolyzed cracking. So there's nothing about the blast smelter, I don't think. There is the thing, but I guess it's, yeah, finishing up. Or not. This doesn't... Oh, wait. Okay, that's all in there. Now that I could probably boost. Okay, so let's see. With the 8 on the way, that will lead into making the Bathial or the Bathial. Probably Bathial is more accurate. I don't know. With the energy core, the Cryolobus, and then that to the Abyssal. With the Bathial energy core, the Abyssal energy core, that leads the way into Hadal. Then Omnium, Hadal energy core, and Skulk. And we'll get the Neutronium Solar panel. Oh, that's the wrong craft. We're going to need 2 of them. But we also got to work on the heavy plating, the universal navigator, the universal controllers, and warp core. I want to say we already have the Hadal warp engines. We don't. Okay. So quite a few recipes to take care of. Not a big deal overall. Oops. Hello. Okay. So it's probably in... Yep, there we go. All right. So do I have everything up to Neutronium? I do. Okay, so if we wanted to go for this... Ew. 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 It's a lot of resources there. Why is that Neutronium, gold? I mean, there's probably a lot of microminers and such that it has to go and make. Maybe we'll make 1 here. Hydrofluoric, nether quartz, liquid neutronium. Ugh. Okay, might need to do some off-camera work there. As far as this, the T10 goes, the universe-resistant neutronium heavy plating, quantum mine, neutronium plate, xenon, energy cluster. Okay, so we're going to need a UV lapatronic capacitor, which if we're making these, means we're going to need the energy... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's doable. I think I still need to get the energy module. Which tracks, because I was wanting to do that anyway. So we're going to need an orb cluster. I don't know if that's going to really interfere with the neutronium. Ideally not. There we go. There's that. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. So let me do a little pause, and I'll be back in a few. Hey, everybody. Back for the moment. All right, so as you can see, we have the energy module here. Now, this is a big, freaky item. A lot of stuff goes into it. Ruidit, capacitors, clusters, ZPM, all that good stuff. But that... Oh, yeah, and trinium. But that is finally crafted up. Now with 9 of these, or 18 of these, I could upgrade my power storage to about, I think I did the math to be 400 some billion. So like a 300 billion increase. But for that module, we got plans, which were the energy cluster, and that energy cluster. Oh, right there. So yeah, we need the energy cluster for the T10. Now we are kind of working ahead and working on the T10. We still need to do T9, but that's only for like one mission. So we're kind of, you know, preparing. So we're going to want to get a data module. And to make this beast, nothing too crazy, a Cadria, Americium, UV circuits. Yeah, so that should be doable. So a data module. Gonna want another one of these. Oh, and plutonium. That's gonna be another thing that I set up off camera for fusing sake, because the fuse really doesn't take all that much. Mark II reactor, zinc and xenon. And I think all of my Mark IIs are being put to use. Just a little quick checky-roo. So that's the tritanium, yes, darmstadium, indium, and lutetium. Yeah, so I'll have to bust up the roof and quest another reactor, of course. Are we getting some spark? It looks fine. Anyway, we need to go to the research station, and it's not on this floor. It's deeper down. Right? Yes. No. Up a floor. I forget my own layout sometimes. All right, so we're gonna pop you in and grab you and put you in there. There we go. So that will take some time for sure. And once we get that energy cluster, then we're gonna need to request up a ZPM cluster. Or an energy cluster. Oh yeah, sorry, an energy module. And I want to say I have the ZPM field gen. Yes. Okay, so I think it was you. And yes, okay. So assembly line, click. We're gonna leave. I'm kind of cautious about the universal circuits now in the assembly line, so we're gonna go with that. And put you in there. Now we obviously can't make it right now, but we're working on the pattern. And why? What's going on right now? I think I might need to just re-request these. Yeah, sometimes AE likes to screw up and forget what it's doing. And other times it's a problem brought on by me and my derp, as it were. What Microverse mission. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of time there because it's a T3. God dang it, what is going on? I don't know. Okay, so oh, I'm just a lost cause. I can't figure out what the heck I'm going. And it's probably not down here either. Nope. Geez, I always get confused. Okay, so how's this coming along? It's almost done. So what I'll probably do is grab this data bank out of here when it finishes, request that cluster up, and have one thing done, one thing less completed or needed to do until we get to the T10 Microminer. God, that was so hard for me to say. Okay, so let's go grab that Neutronium Solar. Oops. Another thing about the solar panels, though, is that would be a good use of the rolled accelerator. Okay, that's a little hard to see, but... All right, so that's 1 of 4. So could we make another one? We technically could. What about 2? Okay, so liquid titanium. I need to turn on my titanium maker. Hydrogen. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that I'll probably have to up my generation game of, or do that all off camera as well. So we'll grab the cluster and replan. There we go. So that's on its way. T10, Universal Navigator. There's that. Hadal warp engine. That's another discharge situation. Everything looks good and accounted for there. Let's see, discharge. There we go. What could we make one now? Okay, we need cryo. Pockets frame. Okay, so we're gonna need cryococcus rod, big surprise. And boop, boop. There we go. Sometimes the system glitches out on me. All right, so those are makeable. So we could probably get those requested up. I think we needed 3, 4. Excuse me. I'll let that craft. In the meantime, I'm going to pause here, and we'll be back to see what else we can do before the episode ends. We might not be able to get to T10 right away, so this will probably be a 2-parter episode. That being said, back in a few. Hey everybody, we're back for the moment. All right, so as you can see, I have the energy cluster in my hand here. Turns out that the assembly line recipe did actually call for the UV universal. So I had to go and replace that to get the thing to craft again. But that being said, we are all good to go. We have the item. It would appear our Hadal warp engines are still all debugged, clearly. So let's... Actually, hold on. Let me try some in here. Okay, so I think that's working now. I did upgrade the control hatch to a 64 because it was bottlenecking just a bit. Okay, what's the situation with this cryolobus? And do I still have that? And a... Sorry, my brain cut out there for a minute. We still have that seemingly in an EBF here. I don't know. I should probably move this into the rotary furnace. Let's see. I think it's on UV now. So the overclock should be able to make as 4, 8, or 16 ingots in the matter of 15 seconds. I still am not super clear on the timing. But yeah, it looks like that is cooking, question mark. Okay, I should be going in the freezer. Damn it. That's going to be in the other room. Don't know where these Krylobus ingots are heading. See if I can't turn this off for a minute and see what is popping up in here. So tungsten steel. There's Krylobus. Okay, so it is making Krylobus. So let's go ahead and put that back on. What I should probably do now, take you out. Now sometimes. Okay, let me pause here. I'm going to get things cleaned up, and I'm going to put the Krylobus pattern into the RHF, and I'll be back in a few. Hey everybody, we're back. Okay, so we have the Hadal warp engines here. I also moved the Krylobus recipe into the rotary, so now that should happen a lot faster. As far as the cryo cooling engine here, I moved that up to a UV energy hatch. And I might even give it a UV 4 amp. I'm still not clear on some things. Whether it would allow the 64 control hatch to work better or not. I've been told the overclocking is kind of, quote, automatic. So it could just be the tier of the ingot and what tier it is and all that. Right, I said that already. It could be the tier of the ingot and then what power I'm feeding into the machine. Anyway, yeah, I might add more knock reactors, but this substation is handling it pretty okay. I mean, there are times where I notice it around 90 billion, but that's basically when I'm requesting a lot of crap. So maybe it's not a big deal right now. That being said, we still need about 3, or was it? Oh, we only needed the other single neutronium panel for the shit. Is that the 11? Okay. Yeah. So we get one more Neutronium Solar panel, and then the rest of this we can work on in the next episode. Well, I'll be requesting this now, but obviously I won't wait for it to finish. But that being said, we have some probably easy blocks to take care of here. We have that. Yeah, not too crazy. And that, not too crazy. So I think next episode, we should have both the T9 and the T10. We gotta make that anyway. And then there's that. Okay, so yeah. This... I think, yeah, we already did that. So yeah. Oh, UV field gen. Okay, that's another thing that I need to prepare for next episode. But that is going to be it for today. Got a lot. Oh, Nakoda, right. So I made a electrolysis block that I'm going to be setting up off camera, and I'm going to be changing our neocryolite solution situation right here. I'm going to make this go into the electrolysis multi-block, and so that will happen a lot faster, and we'll get Naquita that much faster. Anyway, it's been an episode. I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now.